Hey guys, welcome to the video. Guys, right now I'm walking barefoot, literally barefoot, no shoes whatsoever. I just didn't feel like it. A lot of people say it's really good for your health. It kind of feels a little bit rough because I'm in the rocks. I'm getting to the grass, so no problem. As I told you, I came back to a place where there's a lot of sun, a lot of nature, and a lot of beaches, a lot of ocean. And when I say beaches, it's like water, ocean, sand. But yeah, guys, I had a great experience where I've went there and I felt like my beard is way more grown now. So I literally felt like it was like a protection, and just getting into it's so weird because it's like it beats you. You go through the water and you feel the whole beard moving. You feel everything. And I had already told you that beards are not just for looks. Beards are power. Beards are intuition. Beards are knowledge and direction. The longer you grow your beard, the more intuition and knowledge and manliness you have on you. Some people even say that growing beards has an effect on your testosterone and your hormones. So it's way more powerful than you think. And since I grew a beard, I feel way more stable than I used to feel. And I know also that my trusting in God and His direction is another thing that lets me be more at peace and seeing like the direction that I'm going. But I feel like my beer has made me way more aware and how to behave depending on the situation and on the people around me. And like just going to the water and feeling the beer, it felt so good. And also the hair, I felt the hair too, and it feels so good. And I was just thinking like, imagine if I haven't shaved the hair 45 days uh, when I was still in the beard growth, and I had let it grow everything. But I did shave, so it was what it was. But this time I felt the hair coming in really like a great sensation. And hair and beards are literally power, and I'm letting it grow right now again to the maximum extent, because your beards and also your hair, God gave it to you to this purpose, all these gifts that I just told you. But also your beard and your hair, it stops growing a certain point. Your beard and your hair will not grow past your foot, and you now want to stumble in your beard. That's crazy. um, and you see people who let their beard grows and then it stops because um, it has a final length. And I truly want to discover what that final length is, you know and I will let it grow naturally now. Not gonna cut it, not gonna trim it here, not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna let it grow fully and see, the same as my hair, and see where it goes. And I just so curious to know. The feeling is also way much better swimming on the ocean with this big beard in comparison with the 45 days to others days that I used to have. And also the hair, I can only imagine having like a way more fulfilled beard and a long hair where I'm gonna feel all that sensation coming in. And again, that sensitivity, that full sensitivity from all your hairs when you are in the water, shows how the beard and your hairs are truly alive, because you feel any movement. They are not that. People say, oh, people, Satan and the Matrix says, oh, he's dead cells. He's not dead cells, guys. If he was dead cells, why, when there's energy, when there's attraction to a certain person, your beard goes toward that direction, you know? Why, when you, the same as cats, when you get ready to war, or you need to fight, your beard goes like, all starts to get bigger and more volume, you know? It's not death, it's a mechanism for our body, and has many has many ways of being utilized. It's a great gift that we have that females don't even have it. So don't be shaving your hair, don't be trimming, don't be thinking, oh, is this for appearance? It really isn't, guys. There's way more knowledge to that. Why you think all the wise people from the Bible to other people who are not correlated, hadn't found Jesus, or Jesus was not found on them, have big beards? And even though a lot of them are lost, not finding Jesus, our Savior, still have a lot of knowledge about direction, about the foods they should eat, about fasting, about celibacy and similar attention, is because their beards show them a huge intuition and directs them. That's the purpose of beards. And you have to think that when you are a kid, you have no beard. When you start being teenagers, some teenagers have some beards. I started having my first hairs at 16, and I remember it was just like curly hairs. It was kind of weird. And then the older you get, you start having more beard. And we are programmed to shave it by the society, aka Satan. But those who don't shave it, which I knew a friend that used to not shave it. He had a pack of beer, but that's where the length was like way less than this. A really thin beard, but all packed up, but no volume, just like close to the skin. And I thought it was so weird. It's like, why your beard stays like that? Because I also thought that the same lie that they say that is, your beard never stops growing, which is a lie. The thing is, the older you get, the more masculine you get, the more wise you get, start having more and more beard to grow. So the same way you have more hairs on your body, from your chest to your back, from your shoulders to your arms, and legs and genitals everywhere, the same way you get more beard. The thing is, the beard gets more thicker and longer, but people, because they are always trimming, they only think it gets more thicker, you know, because that's something you can always notice, even with as a pack of beard as a total length, but it does grow in length, and you can get to higher levels of existence and direction and knowledge and masculinity through it, but you never reach it because you are always cutting, always destroying it. So have this knowledge that hair is way more powerful, and it's not just the beard and the hair, it's also the body hair that you have. And I can say that from hearing other people, but also, as I was saying, I feel way more calm and ready and masculine and responsible, and in adulthood, taking care of my business, you know. And I do feel it's because of the beer, getting my manlyhood, these are direction and skills. And other thing is, when I shave my body, I used to shave my body, and when I shave my body, like the hairs my belly, even my genitals. I used to do it. And the last time I did it, I was already having more spiritual side in me, and I felt like I lost in power. And funny enough, I ended up relapsing in my celibacy exactly days after. So be aware that your hairs give you direction in all your body, is not just in a certain part. You have to understand that as men, we are made to lead. We are made to be leaders. We are made to take care of the business, take care of our problems and other people's problems. So you see that as men, we have way more hair than females. We have hairs all over the body, while most of them only have hairs on here, on the legs, on their genitals, and in the hair, right? Some have little hairs on the face, but that is not like it's never getting forming a beard. um, so get that notion that God gave us hair because it's way too powerful, and He direct us and make us masculine, make us leaders, make us solving problem solvers. So don't be shaving it, don't be cutting it, because there's a lot of power on it, and it's important to let your body be as natural as it is. Your let's let your body be given the gift that God gave it to you. You understand? I'm always telling you, like, I'm always using the example that you in celibacy, when you're doing semen retention, is such a huge power that God gave it to you. That's why you become more masculine, you become more assertive, more confident, more outgoing, a go-getter, and people don't use it because they are wasting it. The same is with your beards and your hairs and your body hairs. So if God creates you to have all that power to the full extent of growth, you cutting it and shaving it or trimming it are wasting that power that God gave it to you. And you are using a power that is supposed to an 18 years old have, or a 19 years old have, which is like really trim beard, when God gave you the power to be at 25 or a 26 or 28 or 30 or 40 or 50. You understand? But instead of that, you are just cutting that power away to a strength of an 18. And believe me that when you do cut it, you do lose that power, and that would not occur if I hadn't let it grow this much and see how way more powerful I feel. And I can only imagine, because I know this is not my level. This beard that I have now is not my full level at all, at all. Like, this will grow way more. This maybe might be, I don't know, it's pretty thick right now. It's gotten really thick in this last year, but I can only imagine. And I have this to say too. When I was young, really young, I was so sociable. I was always the popular kid, but not the popular nasty one. I was that kid that everybody liked, and I was very intuitive, and I know how to move. The extent of my hair, I could pull it until my mouth. So that's what I'm saying. I used to have really long hair, and see how sociable I was, and I didn't thought about it. Now that we are talking about it, and I already fought in the past recently, and it was when I started cutting it more, or even shaving, that I start becoming way more aggressive, way more antisocial, way more just into myself instead of realizing the outside. So understand that hairs are power, and use it to your full extent. If you only have a mustache, grow the mustache. If you only have hair, grow a full hair. Don't be shaving. Don't be shaving. Instead of being crying about it, oh, I don't like my beard. I just have patchy beard, and a little bit of mustache or whatever, grow it, because that is the length of power that God gave you, and you should utilize it instead of wasting it. And another thing is, the more you shave, the more you cut, that puffiness will not grow more, because there's a lot of hairs that need to be fully grown, like hairs that you cannot even see, like white or really blonde, and by you letting it grow, they will fortify. So don't be shaving your beard even if it's incomplete. Grow it to the full extent, your hair, your beard, your body hairs, and see the power that you'll gain from it. It is incredible. That's what I have to advise you of today. Hope you grow your hairs to the full extent. I will. You'll see me with a huge beard, and let's see where it goes. Here, here, here. We'll see. That's it, guys. See you. The same with my hair. Bye.